We have good news to share today. And whether it's our communities, our economy, or our environment, over the last 2 years, we've been laying the foundation for a better future here in San Diego. And today we are announcing steps that will help us continue to build momentum as we get our city back on track. And here in beautiful southeastern San Diego, the foundation for change was literally laid more than a decade ago. But the city's financial crisis held back this neighborhood renewal. This very spot that we are standing on today is the site where a new senior center for Bay Terrace neighborhood was promised. The gravel, the foundation was put down, laid years ago. But the designers, the construction crews, the investment, the services never arrived. Our seniors had to wait. An opportunity was put on hold until now. Today we are here to just one of the great things that we are announcing, that we are proposing $500,000 to finally begin the design of the new Tuma Senior Center, and we will get it done and we will get it built, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I hear you. I'm with you. Thank you. I hear you. And as you can tell, this has been one of the top of the list for this community for a number of years. And for the champion of this neighborhood, Councilmember Myrtle Cole, who's been a driving force to make this happen. I want you to know that we've heard you, and we've heard you very, very loudly and very clearly. And this is going to be just some of the several additions that we are making in the updated city budget proposal for 2017. This updated budget continues our push to improve communities while still building up the city's reserves to protect neighborhood services in the future. Our economic base in San Diego is continuing to strengthen, and the city's revenue sources are stable. And based on the most recent projections, we anticipate slightly greater revenues coming into the city than we did in April. And my commitment has been all along that as we see that improvement, that our neighborhoods are the ones that benefit. So I'm proposing that we put these new revenues directly into programs that make our communities better and our city's financial future more secure. Combined with a surplus in this year's budget, we are recommending investing approximately $39 million to bolster public safety, to repair infrastructure in historic Balboa Park, advance fiscal reform, and improve our neighborhoods. Specifically, I am proposing an investment of $27 million to continue to build our reserves. It's the right thing to do. It's the responsible thing to do as we look ahead into the future, including $16 million to fund, for the very first time, the city's new pension stability reserve. Over the last decade, San Diegans have seen how massive pension payments, especially when combined with a weak economy, can wreak havoc on city budgets. And as a result, rec center hours had to be slashed, fire stations didn't get built, and potholes went unfilled. These were the tough decisions that had to be made in order to keep our city afloat, because of a generation of city leaders had put special interests above neighborhoods. We are changing that. Thankfully, we are in better financial times, and we've set new standards for fiscal restraint and accountability. The responsible thing to do is to save now for the future. This new reserve fund will help protect against future budget cuts to neighborhood services when pension costs rise unexpectedly. So I urge my colleagues on the City Council to move forward and adopt it, and I'm confident that they will. And in this budget update, we are also taking further measures to tackle head-on recruitment and retention issues for police officers and 911 dispatchers. I'm proposing setting aside $4.7 million to help the city hire and keep more officers and more dispatchers, so we can continue to restore police staffing and get 911 service dispatch back to acceptable levels. The city will be meeting with the Police Officers Association and the Municipal Employees Association to determine how these additional funds can best solve these staffing challenges. and we're going to be doing that right away. We're talking about public safety. So our negotiators will be meeting with the police and dispatcher representatives immediately to create and put into place recruitment and retention strategies that are going to make a real difference. 2 weeks ago, I stood before you and said the longer 911 wait times that had been reported were unacceptable to me. And at my direction, the city has been taking action to improve in recent months, and I've laid out additional steps to move us forward. And today's funding proposal is one of those steps, and of course it's a big one, because you have to put the dollars back into where you need the help. Another is reforming how dispatch works. The City Performance and Analytics team has been engaging with San Diego Police Department on a daily basis to help innovate approaches to improve service. And working with MEA, our goal is to make San Diego dispatch a model for efficiency and effectiveness. It's exactly what we're doing. So dispatch has already put in some of those changes, such as efficiently transferring emergency calls to fire crews and CHP into effect. And they're going to continue to make those updates and changes. And in the coming days, the city will launch public awareness efforts to help show the community what they can do to help. Working together, my commitment remains that we are going to fix this problem. And to continue making our neighborhoods safer, I'm also calling to expanding capacity in firefighter academies by 33% in this proposal, and making critical repairs to the Otay Mesa Fire Station. I'm also proposing additional funds for infrastructure repairs and maintenance in San Diego's crown jewel, Balboa Park. I'm calling for better lighting, grounds maintenance, improvements, and the rehabilitation of Balboa Park's old library building. There's also a number of neighborhood improvements, from keeping the North Claremont Senior Center open to staffing the new Skyline Library that opens this fall. Very good, I like that, very good. It's already in there, so it's not going to change. To replacing turf at Pershing Middle School, and of course to keeping Mission Bay's park restrooms open year-round. And the great part of this is that it's already on top of the other neighborhood improvements we announced with the initial budget proposal last month. The budget is balanced, and we're proposing the significant, and we're moving forward on the significant announcements that we did in April, which was $109 million for street repair, nearly triple the amount of funding than when I took office. $373 million in infrastructure investment, the highest amount this decade. Keeping more rec centers open longer, and investing in the city's popular new after-school program. And of course, millions more for sidewalks and streetlights. By investing in our neighborhoods, particularly our underserved communities, we are truly laying the foundation to move the city forward and building a better future. And before I wrap up and turn it to my two colleagues from the City Council we're going to have speak, I really want to thank our entire city's financial management department, who's led by our Chief Financial Officer, Mary Lewis, for the tremendous amount of work that they've done over the last several months to make sure that this budget is sound, it's fiscally ready to go, and it's investing in neighborhood services. Mary, where'd you go? Thank you for all of your help and support. I also want to thank our Financial Management Director, Tracy McCraner. I want to thank our Deputy Director, Matt Vespi, and the entire team that was really helping to put this, not only this budget, but this May revise together. And I want to thank, in conclusion, all of our community members who were today for holding true and having the vision to know what was important and to help us get this across the finish line. This is great news for not only this great community, but so many other neighborhoods. I couldn't do it without the help and support of my colleagues on the City Council. I've really tried to set the tone. It's how you accomplish things is when you work together, when you collaborate. That's how you solve problems. I couldn't ask for a better group that's been engaged over the budget process, that's really jumped in to say, how do we make sure that we're delivering good quality services in every neighborhood? And with that, I'm really happy to introduce a champion for this council district, who's been the very definition of infrastructure and to make sure we're doing the right thing. Please welcome Council Member Myrtle Cole, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a great day. This is a great day. I am so excited to stand here today with Mayor Faulconer and my council colleague, Councilmember Kate, to announce good budget news for our city, and in particular, my district. As the District 4 representative, I'm especially pleased that the budget includes $500,000 for design of the Bay Terraces Senior Center. For nearly 3 decades, the Bay Terraces Filipino American Seniors Association has gathered here at the Bay Terraces Community Park to engage in daily activities including dancing, socializing, building, and strengthening a community. I have been working diligently to get this senior center built, and my seniors have been waiting patiently. And today, we are one step closer to making the dream of a center city for this district and for Bay Terraces a reality. You know, I want to thank all the residents. I want to thank all the residents and supporters who have joined me in this fight to make our voices heard. We will continue to advocate until we see this project through to completion. And last but certainly not least, this budget includes increased investment for police and dispatch recruitment and retention, which is critical to improving overall public safety. Every community deserves adequate fire rescue and community-oriented policing services, and expanding these essential resources will continue to be a priority, especially in neighborhoods that have been historically underserved. I want to thank Mayor Faulconer for working with me. I want to thank Mayor Faulconer for working with me and for listening to the council and the public's request during the budget hearing. You listened, Mayor. You listened. I know that we have a lot more work to do to ensure that our neighborhoods are safe and livable, but I feel encouraged today because this budget is a step. It's a step in the right direction. Thank you so very much for being here.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. See, you can see why it's so hard. You can't say no to Councilmember Myrtle Cole, right? You just can't do that. She's just too good. It's my pleasure now to obviously introduce our final speaker on the City Council, represents District 6. Again, doing great stuff on infrastructure, on centers, and really just a champion for our continued city stewardship and financial health, Councilmember Chris Kate. Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to thank the Mayor, Mr. Zaquette, Mr. Marvel, really for focusing on 2 key areas that have been really priorities of my time in office, which is public safety and also the care for our seniors. And I really want to say, Councilmember Cole, thank you so much for all of your hard work on behalf of Bay Terraces. And like you, I have a very large Filipino population in my district as well too, and they really rely on the services at the senior centers, both in Mira Mesa and Claremont. Today, there are currently 40 million Americans over the age of 65. By 2030, adults ages 65 and above will double and outnumber our youth, making the aging population the fastest growing population in the nation. Located in the heart of Claremont, the Claremont Senior Center provides activities and services to individuals over the age of 60. Funding for the Claremont Senior Center was proposed to be excluded from the fiscal year 2017 year budget, but I'm pleased to announce $105,000 in funding in this revision, saving Claremont Senior Center. And I want to thank the mayor and his team for making that priority in this May revision. I applaud this for making the Claremont seniors a priority and not an afterthought. And the Claremont Senior Center serves as a bedrock for some of the most vulnerable members of District 6. And thanks to this funding, the Senior Center's doors will remain open. Our long-term goal is to find a permanent operator for this senior center where quality programs for our senior citizens will be provided. But I want to then, again, thank the mayor and his team for all the work that they have done. You're seeing it here in Bay Terraces. You're seeing it in Claremont to make sure that the city of San Diego is doing what it can to make sure our seniors have a place to play, have a place to remain, and have a place to gather in the city of San Diego. So I want to thank the mayor for all of his work in making this a priority.
Well, again, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for being here today. What a great group. We're going to take you everywhere throughout the city. I appreciate that. Thank you. With that, all of us will be available for any questions one-on-one, any of the speakers or anybody here. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.